Hello and welcome to Yellow Sticker Dinner. Today I'm going to do a new type of video called Here's One I Bought Earlier. But before I get into that, I need to boil a kettle because it's going to take a little bit of time and I don't want to waste your time. So let's boil this kettle up and then I'll explain what the plan is for today. So here's what I bought earlier is basically I have a full freezer full of stuff. And I want to use it up because I need to make room for more stuff. So I have some peeled potatoes. I got these on the 28th of December. I put them straight into the freezer that day. They were $1.80. I got them for 15 cents. Great deal. Now the thing is, you can kind of tell inside they've gone a little bit brown. When I took them out of the freezer yesterday, they looked pretty good. So you know, we'll have to wait and see, but I think they'll be okay. Maybe I should have parboiled them or something like that to kind of like, you know, I forget the phrase I'm looking for at the moment, to try to preserve them a bit better when I put them in the freezer. I also got these meat-free Denny sausages. I got these last week, used by the 14th of January, which I think was Saturday, last Saturday. They're €3 full price. I got them for 87 cents. Pretty good deal. And I also got these frozen peas, and that's why, because the bag is broken. I got these, they're in the bag like this. I got them definitely before the potatoes anyway, and I've been messing around with them for a while. I just want to make sure that I don't lose them. There's the opening. Okay, perfect. I'm dropping peas all over the place here. But anyway, yeah, so these frozen peas, the bag was like that. I don't really care too much. The bag itself, it was full price 69 cents. I got it for 34 cents. So half price for a bag of peas. Pretty good, just over a kilo. And they go off next year. So, you know, I'll definitely eat them before then. And basically, I want to combine all of these with what I bought today in Tesco. I normally go to Dunn's, which is a local Irish supermarket. I went to Tesco instead. I got this Alpro alternative soy milk. Was $2.39 full price. I got it for 72 cents. I have a massive problem with the price of alternative milks. They're way too expensive. Way too expensive. I mean, oat milk is just oats, water, and a tiny bit of oil, and it costs a fortune. The cheapest you can get is like $1.50 over here, and it should cost like, you know, cents. It should cost several cents at most. But yeah, anyway, so $2.39. I got it for 72 cents, and even then, that's still pricey. I think for 750 mils. Vegan alternative milk prices need to come down in price. And I also got this miso paste. It's not going off till the end of the month. Was $3.99 full price. I got it for €1, and it goes off at the end of the month, and that is because there's like 33 servings in this. Each portion is like 12 grams, so I've got to make a lot of miso stuff, and I don't really know how to use this. But basically, anyway, what I'm going to try to do today is to make a vegetarian bangers and mash with peas and a homemade miso gravy. That's the plan. I went into Tesco initially just to get an onion, because I was going to use these three and then make an onion gravy. And then I saw the milk and I was like, well, that can go in the mash. And then I saw the miso paste and I said, well, I can use that instead of the onion. So that kettle is boiled, which moves me on nicely to the next section, which is to cut this bag of potatoes. These are already washed, so they can go straight into a pot. Nice high heat. I'm just going to boil these up. Yeah. I wonder indeed. Do you know what? Hashtag YOLO. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Oh, I should probably put the hot water in. So yeah, I mentioned before that I am a vegetarian who's becoming more and more vegan. And I think since saying that, I've thought about it more, and as of basically yesterday, I've decided to go full vegan. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to eat any like, you know, milk and chocolates and things over the next while. I will, because I already had them in my house, but I'm not going to buy any more vegetarian food, or like, you know, like dairy or honey or anything like that for my house. I'm not going to buy it anymore, or any eggs. And you know, if I slip up a little bit, I'm not going to beat myself up, you know what I mean? Like if I have a piece of chocolate in a few weeks time, I don't care, you know what I mean? I'm just going to try my best to be more vegan. Sorry, it's making an interesting bubbling noise. Anyways, I'm a little bit worried about those potatoes, but there's only one way to find out. So yeah, so when I did eat meat, Denny is an Irish brand, and to be fair, these were never my first choice for meat sausages. These are meat sausages normally, and this is their meat-free version. But yeah, so when I was a meat eater, I used to go for like the ones with the highest meat content, like, you know, 92, 97%. Anything over 90% is the kind of sausage that I preferred when I was eating meat. And Denny sausages would like have very low numbers, like 30, 50%, something like that. I can't really remember, but I remember them being, in terms of sausages, pretty poor quality. But because they hardly put any meat in their original sausages, these ones taste exactly like their meat sausages. So these taste good now, you know, basically because it's pretty much the same ingredients, except for like that 30% of pork that they used to put in. So the Denny's meat-free sausages are pretty good quality. They figured them out and they're doing well. So yeah, so it's going to be a... oh, also to supplement all this stuff, I have some vegetable bouillon, which I got from the Zero Waste shop. Got this a couple of months ago. You hardly need anything, like paid full price for that, unfortunately. And I've also got this Flora plant butter. Again, like I said, I've been becoming more and more vegan. I've been using this up for a while. It's fine, you know, it's not great on toast as it is, because real butter is definitely better, but it's good, you know, it's okay. And it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make for the animals. You know, I feel like maybe I should just become a militant vegan. Maybe I'll just become like, you know, one of those hardcore throwing red paint on people vegans. They'll, you know, there's not enough of those in the world. I'm joking, of course. Or am I? Okay, they're boiling away nicely. I'm gonna need a couple of tools to make this dish. One is my whisk, which I rarely use, and two, my masher, which I use even less. But I have them. I'm not a fan. I mean, I feel like I could use a fork, but you know, I've had it for a while. I'm not a fan of like single-use kitchen utensils, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you know, when I make this gravy, this miso gravy, I'm certainly not going to have a I'm not going to put in a gravy boat, because I would never own one of those, because I mean, a gravy boat, do I need to explain it? I mean, it's just pointless. You know, like a measuring jug or a little bowl. I mean, the sort of thing, the only reason why I would ever use a gravy boat was if I was cooking Christmas dinner for, you know, and I was trying to impress. But for the most part, they're basically pointless, you know. I've got a little glass Pyrex measuring jug. I'm going to use that instead. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing with this, but my plan is to get this little pot here, and I'll put it on this hob. It's going to be a very hob heavy dish today. I'm just going to squeeze in what I think is some miso paste. Like I said, I'm unfamiliar with this. You know, if there's one thing I've learned about making these yellow sticker dinners, is that, you know, you're going to have to experiment. You're going to have to accept that failure is always on the cards. But know that if you don't try, you'll never get better. I've only made a couple of these videos so far, but I used to say, I'm just going to use this taste because it's on my fingers. That's good. I don't know what it is. I don't know what miso is. Water, soybeans, rice, salt, and alcohol. Yeah, it's basically me. Yeah, speaking of alcohol, by the way, I don't have any booze at the moment, but if I was going to have this this is a real like pub grub, you know what I mean? And if I was going to have this, I would serve this with a nice hearty ale. Something outside made a big noise, but I don't care about that. Let's focus on the kitchen. Okay, so basically, I'm going to stick my back hob on for this guy, and I'm just going to put in, if I have any more hot water, yeah. I'm going to use my whisk to whisk up the gravy. I'll probably have to put a little bit of flour in actually, which means I'll need a spoon. I think just a half a tablespoon, like, you know, just to thicken it up a little bit. And then I'll also, I think I'll just sit there for a while. I'll stick in a bit of this bouillon as well. And this is just vegetable stock. But I mean, realistically, like, you know, do you know what actually I've learned is that a lot of gravy granules, check the ingredients, but a lot of them are, I'm not going to put that much in because I feel like this, you know, a lot of the gravy granules are vegetarian, especially cheaper ones. You know what I mean? Like the Tesco or Aldi own brand gravy granules are so I'm whisking this so the flour doesn't get too lumpy. Because the last thing you want is a big clump of flour in your gravy. And also, I didn't really think about this beforehand, but I'm glad I used, I should have used the bigger pot for the potatoes, but I'm glad I used this one because that's a non-stick pot, this is a stainless steel pot, and this is a metal whisk. So I don't want to start scratching all my non-stick coating off into my gravy. So we're good, we're in a good shape. But yeah, so like I said, we're going to try and make a just real pub grill, bangers and mash, with homemade miso gravy, sorry, it's going to be onion gravy, and some peas on the side, because why not? So basically, let me get into the pot here. So I've got these two little egg pans. I prefer this guy, but they're both pretty good. I'll put my sausages into this one. I'm gonna have 4 hobs on the go here, so we may as well get them going now. Let's do a left, right, rear for this one, lowish heat, and then I will use my peas. I won't use it yet actually. Peas are going at the very end. Like, you know, there's loads of ways to make peas. A little bit of oil for my sausages. I'm gonna do 2 sausages. Because I'm not that hungry and the pan probably won't take much more. Actually, you know what? Let's go 3 sausages. Because I need to eat these all up over the next few days. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this. Get my whisk back again. Keep an eye on that heat. Turn it down a touch. Stir this in. But yeah, like, I mean, if you have any mustard, you can put that in here. If you want to make a regular vegetable gravy or a beef gravy, you can. I'm not going to judge you. A chicken stock, whatever you feel like is right for you, that's what's right. The only reason why I'm using miso paste is because I saw the miso and I was like, well, it's not really a yellow stick of dinner unless it's all reduced. You know, the onion would have been full price. So yeah, so that, we've got 3 hobs on the go, pretty good. A lot of action, a lot of action. And then, basically, to make my mash, I'm just going to cook the potatoes up. Oh, it's very steamy, hope you can see. Put a little bit more heat on this one. So my plan is to bring this to the boil and then just simmer it and then just let it go. You know? Okay, so that's boiling now. So now I need to turn that right down. I'll give it a little whisk. And a little taste. Mmm. wow. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, do you know what? Miso, right? If you haven't had it, it tastes like a very mild Marmite. And if you haven't had that, Marmite tastes like a thicker Vegemite. And if you hadn't had Vegemite, then you're not from Australia. But yeah, no, Miso, it's just a very, you know, a salty, I think it's just, if it's got alcohol in it, I assume it's like fermented soybeans. Which tastes a lot nicer than it sounds. But yeah, I'm just gonna turn that hob right down. Want the sausages or the potatoes keep boiling. Are the sausages even on? Make sure they're on a high enough heat. And then with the peas, like I said, you can, like, you know, stick them in the microwave. Unfortunately, my microwave is in there, so I'm not going to show you that side of my house. You can boil them in a pot. I can't be bothered if I'm only making one serving for myself. You can, so I'm just going to take some of these loose ones. You can steam them, you know, like, thing is about peas, like, realistically, like, you know, peas don't actually need to be, you know, in my opinion anyway, you know, and my opinion is true, in fact, I never lie, never told a lie in my life. But peas, like, you know, they don't actually need to be cooked, you know, you're just reheating them, you know, you're just warming them back up. So I'm just going to cook these in a little bit of this butter, probably not that much, and then I'm just going to throw in a little bit of salt now as well. And I've kind of pre-prepared that, and something is making noise. Ah, it's just my sausages. Fine, absolutely fine. So like I said, yeah, I been vegetarian for a couple of years now. Very steamy in here, I hope you can see. Yeah, you know what? I think it's the right time for me to continue my journey of eating less animal products. But yeah, no judgment if that's not ready. If you're not ready yet. But, you know, for me, obviously, I eat a lot of this kind of yellow sticker food. Before, when I did eat meat, I used to get, there's a load of meat in the reduced section. And it was great, and you can still get it, you know what I mean? I'm just going to get a little fork to, first of all, eat with. And second of all, wow, it's steamy. To see how these potatoes are doing. Still a little bit hard. So I don't want to chop, probably could have chopped these beforehand, but I was just reluctant to use my knife today. I haven't really used it. I mean, I think I used it for the butter actually. And yeah, so, oh well. Okay. Right, I'm going to keep going with that whisk actually to make sure that that stays nice and loose and thick. So with gravy, usually, it thickens up as it cools. So if it feels a bit thin while you're cooking it, give it a little bit of time, and as it cools down, it should thicken up. Forgive me because I'm about to use a fork on a non-stick pan, but I'm not going to touch it. Excellent. Okay, those sausages are doing well. I'm going to slowly heat up my peas. Like I said, a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, that's it. If you have some fresh mint leaves, you can chop them up and throw them in. I don't, so I won't. If you're into it, if you want to go something fancier, you can go like pancetta or something like that. Again, I don't, because I wouldn't. But yeah, like I said, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. I'm going to turn down left, right, rear. I'm going to turn down those sausages a tiny bit because they're looking pretty good. Like I said, the sausages, I'm eating a lot of soy today, I think. What are we looking at here? textured soy wheat protein. So it's like a mixture between like have you ever heard of TVP or textured soy protein? And wheat protein, I believe, is probably like seitan or seitan, SEITAN. Anytime you go to like a high quality, if you get a high quality like vegan chicken wing, or you know those kind of burgers, they're often made with seitan or seitan. I don't know. Again, I can't pronounce things. I'm gonna go seitan, because it's a cooler word. Just gonna keep whisking my gravy. And I'm gonna get my plate ready. So I don't like these guys. Well, I don't mind these plates, but I'm gonna go for this big fat plate here. It's got a nice little rim again. I'm gonna swap those hobs. Left front, turn that one right down. And all I'm really doing now is effectively waiting for these potatoes to soften up. You know, they're getting there, not too bad. And then my plan is to add a little bit of the fake butter and a little bit of the fake milk after I drain them, of course. And this is also soy, so yeah, three servings of soy today and some peas. I really hope you can see this. It is incredibly steamy. I can see, but I know how camera lenses can get fogged up. So I'm intrigued. And then, so let's have a look at this gravy. Let's take this gravy in here. It's like a sauna. It's amazing. It's very cold, which is exactly why I made this dinner today, because, you know, it's a cold, cold night. This is a cold, cold house. Haven't quite earned enough money to get some heating yet. But if you have any comments or suggestions on how I might be able to get better viewers or more viewers, well, better viewers, you're the best viewer I ever have, then let me know. I'm all ears. I'm all open for ideas and suggestions, unless they're crap, in which case I will disregard them. But you'll never know if they're crap until you find out, so send me what you got. I'm going to check these potatoes. Still a tiny, tiny bit firm, but they are getting there. Yeah, just turn them there. The bottoms are definitely softer than the tops. So a few more minutes on those. I'm gonna turn those sauces are looking nice. Let's taste the gravy. It's quite thin still, if you can see that. But that's good. It's tasty. It's like it tastes like real gravy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make miso gravy from now on. I was a little bit worried and I wasn't sure if it's gonna work or not. But yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm happy. You know what? That butter is just not melting at all. So maybe it's the kind of butter that doesn't melt. Oh jeez, peas all over the place. Look at that. What a mess. But yeah, like I said, I'm just cooking the peas through. I'm just warming them really, you know, and then melting them with the butter and the salt. Put a bit of pepper in there if you want. I didn't add any salt and pepper to the gravy because the miso is very salty. The bouillon is very salty, so it doesn't need anything extra. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to these potatoes when they're ready. May as well get the fork in there and see what's going on. Yeah, see that? See the way it's gone right through? Look. Nice and soft, nice and, you know. You don't want to cook them too much before, that one's still a little bit firm. You don't want to cook them too much before they start before they start collapsing into the water. You can see how much water I've already lost here as well, which isn't a bad thing. I'm going to turn these two hobs off. I'm going to keep the peas and the butter on. And you know what? I think these are ready to go. So I'll just, the only thing that's on now at the moment is the peas. I'm going to use the lid, wherever it's gone. There it is. As a drainer. Just drain out all the water. Okay, nice. All right, so water's drained. I'm going to throw. Why did I rush this now? Why didn't I prepare this earlier on? This little bit of butter in here. And a tiny bit of drop of milk. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a mess there. Sprinkling of salt. And I like pepper. I love pepper. So I'm going to do a very generous serving of pepper. And I'm going to turn my peas back down because the butter's melting in, it's bubbly, and it's coming together. Right, masher time. Basically, I just want to, you know, come on, you guys know how to make mashed potatoes, surely. But yeah, I'm just mashing this all together. If you want to go extra fancy with this, you can go in with an immersion blender. I actually do have one of those somewhere around here, but I can't be bothered. But yeah, you go into an immersion blender and you can make it extra creamy. You could even put them into your regular blender, but be wary that you don't crack the plastic, because sometimes it's not really designed for those level of heat. But yeah, okay, looking great. I think we're ready to serve. Beautiful. Right, hob off, clicker off. Okay, I'm going to pour in my gravy into the thing, and because, see that, look, I don't want to waste what's in here, so I'm going to use my favourite tool in the whole world, which is the rubber spatula, the silicone spatula, whichever one you call it, and make sure I get every drop, because waste not, want not. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's serve. Sausage is looking good. Very happy with those. Now, there's almost certainly 2 portions of mash here. So I'll just have nearly 2 anyway, close to 2. I'll put all my peas on there. I like peas, peas are good for you. I don't actually eat enough peas though, if I'm honest with myself. A couple of sausages. And then my onion gravy. Now, let's take it in here. I'm I'm really bad at taking thumbnails. So what I'm going to try and do is just get in here close and see. You know, actually I'm going to take my headset off. And get in close. Just for a thumbnail, because like I said, I'm pretty bad at making thumbnails. Okay, that'll be enough. Okay, sorry. Headset back on. And let's dig in. I'm going to use a spoon for most of it. I'm going to try the mash first and the gravy. Man. That miso gravy is something else. That's my go-to now. You know, onion gravy was my thing, but sorry onions, miso is the new hero of the gravy scene. Taste the peas. You can kind of see they've colored a little bit, like slightly fried, I suppose would be the way to put it. Soft, salty, creamy with the butter. Still flavoursome. They've held their shape. They're not mushy. I don't want to overcook peas. I don't like overcooked peas, unless you're specifically making mushy peas, in which case I think you need to cook them for like ages. And I mean, I already know what these sausages taste like. Let me get a proper knife here. But they're well cooked, nice and brown. They look good inside. You know what? Like I said, you can do a lot worse than bangers and mash with peas on a cold January afternoon like this or night. So, on that note, thanks again for watching Yellow Sticker Dinner. Do you know what? Let's try and actually quickly before I do it. 87 cents. I used 3 sausages out of 8. That's like, you know, less than 30 cents. Couple of cents worth of miso gravy. Let's say 5 cents. That's 35 cents. A splash of this milk. Let's say, you know, another 5 cents. That's 40 cents. The peas, another 5 cents. The potatoes were 15 cents in all, but I got 2 portions, so that's like, you know, maybe 10 cents there. You're talking like, you know, a fairly gourmet dish for like, you know, 40 to 50 cents. And I don't know how much an onion costs these days, but I think a single onion would be pretty close to this whole meal in terms of being a Yellow Sticker dinner. So that's exactly why I do it. It's great for your wallet. It's great for your creativity, and it's amazing for the planet, because all of this stuff, all of it, would have been thrown away and gone to waste, and now it's going in my belly. So, thank you for watching Yellow Sticker Dinner.